And the weather's been really weird here today. When I first woke up at about 5, it was pissing down rain. Went for a few hours. Then it got really hot and muggy. And now this has just blown across. It's like 3:30 now. I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm going to sit out. Sciatic's bugging me like crazy. So I went digging through the shed looking for the exterior white gloss paint that I believed I had. Notice I said I believed I had. And I found a tin and it said white on the bottom of the tin, and so I started shaking it up, took it inside, opened it up, went to stir it a bit more and noticed that there was some colour tinge in the sides, and went, oh, and I rotated the can around more and found the old little sticker on it that said toasted almond, which is the colour that we've got on the walls of the house outside. So I went back in, started looking for more paint, and I found a big tub of exterior white, but it was a matte finish, which we used for the trim around the side of the house and that sort of thing. So I've got to go out and get some paint, because with the weather like this, at least I can paint the door inside under the house. So I'll try and get that sort of thing done. So going up to Katoomba Bunnings, and the reason I'm going up to Katoomba is just when I was thinking of going, my wife said, do you feel like driving to Wentworth Falls? I said, why? And she said, I've scored 2 bedside tables for free. So she's been on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. So Wentworth Falls is on the way, so I'm going to go up there, stop there. I'm going to throw the bedsides in the back of the truck here, and then I can continue to Bunnings and hopefully get there before they shut at 6, because it's 5:25. We'll see how we go. Got them. I think you see them. There's one. And the other one's behind me. They're not matching. They're different, but I think that's fine with my wife. That's what she wanted. She'll probably change the handles on them, get me to do a bit of a refinish, something like that. They're pine, but they're solid timber. Just having a quick look at them. I think she jumped on getting these because she ordered a side table online which said it was solid oak, and it was oak frame, like the legs were solid oak, but the actual side panels and the top were an oak veneer, and she wasn't happy about that. Like the style. We got these, they're free. I've got to see if I can make it to Bunnings. Quickest trip to Bunnings I think I've ever done. I pulled into the driveway 10 to 6. I just went straight in there. Their paint aisle was right at the front. Boom, straight in. And some of the workers were standing there straight away, and so I just said, I'm after it, and I just told them the paint that I wanted, and they took me down, found it, because they said you had no mixing required. Yeah, perfect. So I just went down, they grabbed me that, and then I said, and I'm after packing tape, where's that? Next aisle, boom, straight over, and then straight back up to the register. Quickest in and out I've ever had in Bunnings. And as I'm at the register, I'm getting served by one girl, and I know, see the other girl, and I recognise it. It's my cousin who I've seen working at the Bunnings down in Valley Heights. She didn't recognise me because I had my mask on. So I said hi to her mum and dad, Mark. Had a short catch-up chat as I got back into the driver's seat. It was 5:59. So even with a quick catch-up chat, I was in and out of there in 8-9 minutes. If only all trips to the big box stores could be that quick and, I guess, decisive. Bunnings is a big toy store to us, isn't it? And when you do go in with a mission, you can still get, ooh, squirrel, and have a look at something else. Didn't even think I was going to get here in time. And I was watching my speed while I'm driving. Got to stop you for a second. So Halloween's alive and well for some people. That'll be Halloween. I was actually going to say, as I was driving away from Wentworth Falls, I did see a couple of young kids walking umbrella and dressed up and trick-or-treating, and their parents were obviously, because I saw the car sitting on the side of the road, and they were sort of waiting, and they just sort of follow the kids as they go along a few houses. Like, trick-or-treating and Halloween isn't really a big thing here that I've seen. Like, I remember as a kid, when I was part of Scouts, all of the Scouts families would work together and they would make a trick-or-treat, and so that we'd be given a map and you'd go around where all the families lived. But not many other people, in my recollection, really got involved with Halloween. You see the occasional house decorated. You'll see all the decorations in the stores because it's commercialised, so I can drive back with a little less anxiousness, and I can watch my speed too, because like I said, I was watching my speed coming up because I didn't want to speed, and it was a good thing that I didn't, because there was a police car sitting in the bottom of a dip of the 80 zone ready to catch people. The rain's eased up just enough for me to bring him out, and he wanted me to bring him out. I really wanted to get at that bamboo, look at it all, especially up here. This space is going to be filled. All that green is bamboo and those things. The way my back's been playing up, and the fact that it kept raining, I actually came out here earlier, put my brace on and everything. I was getting ready to sort of maybe get down and start chopping some of this out, and it just started raining again. And I thought, I do have other things I've got to do that I've been putting off, like uni. All this stuff's going to get another week to grow because it's Sunday. And I'll just come out here with the bin, like the green waste bin, sharpen up the mattock, spend a bit of time just chopping all this out. Hopefully my back will be a bit better by the next weekend. Because the sciatic's really just giving me a lot of grief. But at least he's being adventurous. Okay, one thing I did get done today was I managed to do one coat of the high gloss that I bought yesterday on both sides of the doors. I did one coat on it first thing this morning when I came down, and then later in the day that was completely dry. Turned this over, gave it a sand, a really light sand, because of the grain being sucked up by the undercoat, the water-based undercoat, and gave it a full coat of the gloss, and this feels really nice. This coat was done a few hours ago, so if I can during the week I'll flip it over and do another coat, hopefully get at least minimum 2 coats on it, because it's not going in until it's got at least 2 coats. It's Monday 2nd November, so it's Movember time. It's the shave off, which I wasn't going to do at first because I'm in a mask all day, but it comes off at night. I can track the progress of a mow, but I'm going to try and do movement like I did last year. I increased my target, so I've set my target at 80 k's to walk in the month, and I really think I'll hit that, especially when I look at what I reached last year, which was almost double that. I should have raised my target. Maybe I can change my target as I go if I'm going to reach it really closely. While a lot of public awareness campaigns, I think some people pay lip service to it. They'll do something, and I don't want to disparage the campaign at all. The people who do Movember but don't try and raise the money, you're still raising awareness. People might talk about it. Yeah, shut up, Damien. I have got a Movember, a Mobro site that I've had for a few years, And I think last 2 years I think were really the only ones where I started raising money and really pushing it. And they came about because of the loss of family members like cousins and uncles. And 2 years ago, lost a cousin and an uncle to cancer, and then last year another cousin lost to cancer just before Movember, I think it was. And then this year, 2 work colleagues, not from my school, but people that I work with within the department and NESA, and working quite closely with them over the last couple of years, and just getting that shock phone call from one of the others that, oh, such and such has passed away, cancer. And I only found out about another one like 2 weeks ago at marking. And a month or so ago, being contacted by an ex-student to tell me that another ex-student had passed away, believed to be a suicide, because he had been suffering depression for quite a while. And like, that's just too young. Like an ex-student, that's just too young for somebody to go. While I've had my own bouts of depression in the past, and I've definitely got my own medical issues with my back, and that can cause a bit of depression. I think it's a really worthy cause, and I hope I get this out before the end of November, because I'm a little bit behind in my videos. Work and life has been taking precedence over doing the actual editing. I'll try and push to get them all out quicker. If you suddenly see a rash of videos and then see this bit, you'll know that I've done it. But yeah, today's 2nd of November. I shaved off last night. I've already got stubble, so I'm never afraid to shave off a moustache or a beard, because I know it's going to grow back fairly quickly. And I'll probably do my usual Lemmy / Hetfield look. It's a look that I use sometimes when it's not even November. So that may be the go. I've tried the handlebar moustache on its own once and didn't really like it. Because while some people really go for the outlandish, let's go for it moustache, I know I can't do a twisting one. It just doesn't work for me. We'll see. There'll be about a week and a bit of just stubble growing in, and then I'll think of the exactly how I'm going to manscape it, I guess. Monday Arvo. Didn't get to show you anything in the workshops today, even though I was meant to have. Double year 9 today, or year 9 twice. I did get a call from the deputy yesterday saying that she was going to be away today. What were my classes like? I may get tapped on the shoulder to sit in the deputy chair for the day. Just giving you a heads up. I said, okay. Sure enough, got to school, and other people had seen the day sheet before me, so they knew I was up there. So spent the day as relieving deputy. It's been quite a while since I've done that. It wasn't too bad a day. Kind of missed the workshop, but the type of things I got to do today, they're things that I've done before. Some of it I had to be like refreshed in my mind, administrative steps and things like that. Then we had exec meeting this afternoon, and now I'm heading home for uni because I'm doing 2 courses. One of them we do an online video tutorial, like a synchronous video chat every Monday night. The other course is very asynchronous, but they've decided, like the lecturer has decided, he wanted to do a video one tonight, and it's going to be on before my other one, so I've got to when I get back to the house, just get myself ready and get set up in the study and ready for that. Couple of assignments due. I swear that's a unique phenomenon you never take notice of vehicles around you, but all of a sudden when either you're planning on getting a car or you get a new to you car, that you start seeing the same model everywhere. And I have seen so many other versions of this truck around lately. No word of a lie, I would see multiples every day, back and forth. And the reason that sort of surprises me a little bit, I don't think it's that common a vehicle, but obviously it's becoming one. It's not like a Toyota where you just see heaps of those, but I've seen quite a few, and quite a lot of them have bull bars, nudge bars, flares, roof racks, all that sort of stuff that this doesn't have. So that's why I keep looking at them and go, oh, look at that. Sam just having another afternoon explore. Yes, you. And this bamboo is getting depressing. Yes. See all those other new ones spotting up, and these ones, that thing there, that's taller than me now. And that only started on the weekend. But as I look down there, I can see in amongst all of the thicker, more prominent shoots, there are dozens and dozens of smaller ones popping up. All through here, there's like a little cluster clump one all along here. So it's Tuesday, and that little clump just at the end, there's like a dozen big suckers just on that corner. There's the ones that were the furthest coming across where the yard sort of pops up a bit. And now I've just spotted, let's see, can you see them? Just there. A couple more popping up along this hillside. It's going to be a massive job when it comes time to cut them out. I really want to start hacking into them, especially, like I said, the ones next to the shed. But if I start swinging a matic right now, I'll destroy my back. There he is. There. He's getting really adventurous. This is like a little afternoon thing when I get home from work. Bring him out so he can just wander around the yard. And he doesn't seem to need me down there anymore. Look at that bamboo. About time I got to do an update from inside the classroom. Year 9. Because I missed out on having them in Monday. Today, we've got one student, he sanded his up last time, and we measured up and cut a plywood top for his cushion. I got him to have a look at my old one for the marking out of holes for air holes and that sort of stuff. He's cut his top, the ply, or I cut it for him, because I can't use the bandsaw or anything. So I've cut that. He's marked out and drilled the air holes. And now we've used contact cement just to get the cushion attached to it. And he's going to use, because I want them to try and bring material from home to do these, he's making this for his mum. She knows that, and she's trying to find some material, like something old that she has a sentimental value to make the cushion. Another student here has got hers all sanded. She got her base measured out. I cut it for her. She's marked out for the holes. She's just started drilling the holes, but the bell went for recess. And I've got them in here straight after recess. Another one over here just gluing up his frame. Another one here who's a little bit behind, but he's starting on his second frame, which shouldn't take him as long because we use the domino for that. So it's good to be back in the classroom. Some of the kids who are working on that bench outside, they've continued working on that. Well, they made sure that all the bolts were tight. So, yeah, can you see it? Kind of see the table out there. We've got to try and find some timber for the extra pieces because some of them got broken. We need a couple more for the seat. We've got to see about getting this one here re-welded on and find some timber to add a couple of slats on the top because it's missing 3 from the very top. And then I've got to try and find my other bolts, which I think are down in the construction room. And I'm not down there until maybe tomorrow. So I've got this little project that I want to do for my wife for her birthday, and it involves using the laser cutter to engrave some photos into some glass tiles. And I came up to the laser and I forgot how to use it, and I had to get one of my staff up who's been going like crazy on the laser and getting a lot of experimentation and trying it all out, and he came up and helped me get it all set up, and so now I'm okay. Now I kind of remember it. But this is basically the first time I'm getting on it since we got training. So I think I did one photo, like one couple of things that day and that afternoon. And unless you keep doing it, you're going to forget how to do things. So this is the student's upholstery work. An old dress of his mum's because he's making this for his mum. Unfortunately, his job was a little bit skewed and we made the piece of plywood fit the skew to his job, but then the foam got glued to the wrong side of the plywood. So in his next lesson, he's going to have to undo all the staples or flip it around the other way, put the foam on the opposite side, and reupholster, which he said at least he gets to have another go with the staple gun. So he did really well. He's done a really good job, I think, with his upholstery work, and he should do well on the next one. This student has got her foam glued to her board, has been painting her job ready for getting it. She's going to bring in her material next time. And this student has managed to get his glued up. And I was really proud of this student because he worked really independently and got his job glued up with minimal assistance. I think I helped him with the very first clamp, and then he got the rest done, and the only other thing I helped him with was we adjusted this clamp to pull the twist out of his frame. But he was pretty proud of himself for getting that glued up, and I said I'm proud of him for getting it done with minimal assistance. But now I don't have them again now until Friday of next week. So that's like, what's today, Wednesday? 9 days away. So I've just been cutting up some reclaimed, I think this is Sydney blue gum, some stuff from around the school, putting a recess into it for a picture frame that I want to make. And I think I will do like a little bit of a rounded edge on the outside edge. It's just it's a light frame in terms of this direction. It's quite heavy because it's going to be holding tiles. Enough said. And deafening. Unshirt Friday. Just finished with year 11 and they're working on their sawhorses. One's done pretty well. All he's got to do now is attach the top deck and cut the feet off at the right angle, which he'll do next week.